He thought it was mean for birds to eat worms, so he shot all the birds he could because it was kind of hard on the worms getting chewed up, he thought. And so he really was an unusual fellow. But he did raise pigeons, kind of a strange guy. He married his first cousin, Emma. We go on all day about Charlie if you'd like. But anyway, Charlie noticed there were 14 varieties of finches. He concluded that all these finches had a common ancestor. I bet you're right, Charlie. It was a bird. And then he said in his book on page 170, and I've got the book there. I guess I didn't bring my stuff in. It's in the car. I'll set it tomorrow when I speak to the church in Powell. Charlie said in his book, "It is a truly wonderful fact that all animals and all plants throughout all time and space should be related to each other." Well, now hold on just a minute. You count 14 varieties of finches, and then you conclude that finches and bananas are related? I think that's a little bit of a stretch from the observation, don't you think? Isn't that what he's saying? Birds and bananas are related? Am I reading that wrong? That's what he said. Everything is related. Based on 14 kinds of birds? No, Charlie. See, what Charlie observed is often called microevolution. Now, microevolution is a lousy term. I don't like it, but everybody uses it, so we're stuck with it. And Dr. Pigliucci spent a lot of his time trying to deflect what I'm about to say here. Microevolution is a fact of science, folks. It happens. It is observable. Dogs produce a variety of dogs. Big dogs, little dogs, probably have a common ancestor. Dog. And big roses and little roses and yellow roses and white roses and red roses and pink roses probably have a common ancestor. Rose. See, microevolution is observed. This word evolution really does have 6 different meanings or stages or levels, whatever you want to call it. Cosmic evolution is the Big Bang. Some evolutionists say this is not part of the argument about evolution. Okay. Well, if it's really not part of the argument about evolution, then why don't you help me get it out of the books? Because I guarantee the biology books used in this campus that you teach from have this included in with the books on evolution. It starts off with statements like that. Take it out of the books if it's not part of the subject, okay? This book has it for a high school student. 18 to 20 billion years ago, there's a Big Bang. Well, let's get that out of the books. Science books ought to teach science, okay? Then they're going to say, the second one would be chemical evolution. According to the Big Bang, hydrogen was produced and a little bit of helium. Well, there are 92 different, 107 different elements if you count the synthetic ones. How did they evolve? This is not talked about much, but chemicals would have to evolve, folks. I mean, that's a long, each molecule is, a chemical is incredibly complicated. Just the right number of protons and electrons and neutrons, and it's just really pretty interesting. They are so complex. They don't talk about that much, but there would have to be some chemical evolution. Then we'd have to have stellar and planetary evolution. How did the stars evolve? If evolution is true, star births should equal star deaths. We see stars dying all the time with supernovas and novas. Nobody's ever proven one star birth. And yet there's enough stars out there that everybody on Earth can own 2 trillion of them to themselves. Where's the star births going on? Nobody's ever proven one. They say, well, in Crab Nebula, there's a bright spot. We think there's a star being born. Well, it might be the dust is clearing, and you're seeing one that was back behind it. And one star forming is not explaining how we got all the zillions of them that are up there. One evolutionist told me, he said, we've calculated if 20 stars explode near each other, it'll create the energy to create a star. Oh, well, that's brilliant. You got to lose 20 to gain 1. You should run for Congress, man. You can help those guys borrow their way out of debt. This textbook says, as a form, the surface was like the moon. Earth's surface was hot, and there were large pools of bubbling lava. But oceans formed as it rained on the rocks for millions of years. Yes, boys and girls, millions of years of torrential rains created the oceans, and swirling in the waters of the oceans is a bubbling broth of complex chemicals. Progress from a complex chemical soup to a living organism is very slow. Oh, I guess it is. It's totally stopped. Doesn't happen at all. That's how slow it is. This guy says in a college textbook, the first self-replicating systems must have emerged in this organic soup. Now, if this is not part of the argument about evolution, then get it out of the course you teach on evolutionary biology. See, students are being deceived by the meaning of this word evolution. Then we have to have organic evolution, the origin of life. Ultimately, the evolutionist has to believe in spontaneous generation, which was proven wrong for the last few centuries, all sorts of folks have proven it doesn't happen. Go read the reports of Francisco Redi and Louis Pasteur, and you'll see spontaneous generation doesn't happen. But the evolutionist has no other choice. They'll say it had to happen because we're here. Oh, that's brilliant logic, all right. See, according to the theory, if we simplify here, you got 20 billion years ago, a Big Bang, and then 4.6 billion years ago, the Earth cools down, and 3 billion years ago, life appears in the soup. And this early life form finds somebody to marry. Pretty good trick, of course, and something to eat, and very slowly evolves into everything we see today, from elephants to bananas and humans, all came from this soup. That's what the theory says. I mean, I'm not making it up. It's their theory. I didn't make it up. Now, cosmic, chemical, and stellar evolution would take place first, and then we have organic evolution, origin of life, and then we have macroevolution, changing from one kind of animal into a totally different kind of animal. Those are the first few steps of evolution, the first 5 of the 6 that I have there, and those aren't talked about much. They try to focus the attention on variations within living kinds right there. And that's what Dr. Pigliucci is trying to do tonight.